All right, let's get right to it. Is Vancouver's street food the best in North America? People are talking. They're saying this town is the heavyweight champ, the king of the curb, the top dog of the food cart world. We've heard the hype, we've seen the killer photos on social media, but you know me, I gotta see it for myself. I'm here to put that reputation to the test. We're gonna peel back the onion, layer by layer. Is it all sizzle and no steak? Or is this city serving up the real deal? So, I'm coming at you with my New York state of mind. We know street food back home. We got the hot dog carts. We got the halal trucks. We got pretzels on every corner. It's a jungle out there. But Vancouver, it's a different kind of animal. It's got mountains. It's got the ocean. It's got this clean green vibe. So we're gonna break it all down. We'll look at the taste, the price, the rules, and the culture. This ain't gonna be some fancy food critic review. This is for the people. This is the real story. Get ready. We're going on a flavor journey. Think of this as your front row seat. We're gonna hit the pavement and taste what this city's cooking up. From the world-famous Japa Dog to the hidden gems only the locals know about. We're gonna compare it to the big players. New York, Los Angeles, Toronto, Montreal. We're talking about a culinary clash of the titans. No punches pulled. Just straight up, honest-to-goodness facts about what you can expect when you hit these streets with an empty stomach and a few bucks in your pocket. This is hype versus reality. It's the glossy Instagram shot versus the actual bite. What does that food feel like when you're standing on a damp sidewalk? Is it worth the line? Does it live up to the legend? We're gonna find out. So crank up the tunes, get your appetite ready, because we are about to dive headfirst into the Vancouver street food scene. Let's see if this city has what it takes to wear the crown, or if it's just another contender that can't go the distance. Let's roll. First thing you gotta understand about Vancouver is the location. This city is literally hugging the Pacific Ocean. That's not just a pretty view, my friend. That's a direct pipeline to Flavortown. We're talking about seafood so fresh it was probably swimming yesterday. You can taste the ocean. It's clean, it's crisp. It's not something you can fake. This is Vancouver's secret weapon, their ace in the hole. When other cities are trucking in frozen fish, Vancouver chefs are walking down to the docks. Oh, the salmon. This ain't your average supermarket stuff. Wild-caught Pacific salmon. Candied, smoked, grilled on a bun from a cart by the water. Imagine perfectly cooked salmon with a maple glaze, served from a little cart. The flavor is rich and deep, 100% Vancouver. Cities inland can't compete. It's a natural advantage, and they use it well. This freshness factor raises the whole game. It sets a standard. Chefs have access to world-class ingredients right in their backyard, so even a simple dish feels elevated. A seafood chowder from a truck can rival a fancy restaurant. It's packed with clams, fish, shrimp that taste like they just came off the boat. This connection to the ocean is the foundation of Vancouver's street food quality. It's their knockout punch right out of the gate. Now let's talk about the flavor bomb that is Vancouver's Asian food scene. This city is a gateway to the Pacific. Japan, China, Korea, the Philippines, Vietnam. It's not just in the restaurants. It's right there on the street. It's in the DNA of the food here. And it is absolutely positively righteous. This is where Vancouver really starts to pull away from the pack. The creativity is off the hook. They're not just making traditional dishes. They're remixing them. The perfect example? Japa Dog. Japa Dog hot dog held up on a Vancouver street. You can't talk Vancouver street food without talking about Japa Dog. It's a legend for a reason. They take a regular hot dog and turn it into something totally new. They're loading it up with Japanese-inspired toppings. Teriyaki sauce, bonito flakes, seaweed, wasabi mayo. It sounds crazy, right? But it works. It's that perfect mix of sweet, salty, and savory. It's a party in your mouth born on a Vancouver street corner. But it goes way beyond one hot dog stand. Food trucks serving up killer bao buns, soft, fluffy steamed buns, stuffed with tender pork belly, or spicy Korean chicken. Amazing dumplings, crispy gyoza, bowls of soul-warming ramen, served out of little pop-up stalls. The Richmond Night Market, forget about it. A massive, sprawling festival of Asian street food. Wander for hours trying grilled squid, bubble waffles. Sensory overload in the best way. This fusion culture makes the scene dynamic. Not just authenticity, innovation. Chefs blending flavors they grew up with, and North American comfort food. Grilled cheese with kimchi, poutine topped with Japanese curry. They're not afraid to experiment. They're pushing boundaries. Constant creativity keeps the scene exciting and fresh. There's always something new and outrageous to try. Beyond the Asian fusion, Vancouver has a full-blown food truck army. These guys are rolling kitchens, and they are serious about their craft. We're not just talking about greasy spoon stuff. These are culinary command centers on wheels. You'll find trucks dedicated to one thing and doing it perfectly. There's the truck that only does grilled cheese, 10 different kinds, with artisan bread and gourmet cheese. There's another one that's all about authentic Mexican tacos, with slow-cooked meats and fresh-made salsa. The variety is solid. On any given day in downtown Vancouver, you can find a whole convoy of trucks parked near the art gallery. It's like a food court with no walls. You can bounce from one to the next. Start with a spicy Thai green curry. Move on to a wood-fired pizza that comes out of a real brick oven built into the truck. Finish it off with some artisanal gelato or a killer espresso from a mobile cafe. The quality is consistently high because the competition is fierce. If your food isn't good, you won't last. What I dig about the truck scene here is the passion. A lot of these trucks are run by chefs who wanted to escape the grind of a traditional restaurant. They wanted to cook their food their way. You can see it in the details. They're using high-quality ingredients. They're making their own sauces from scratch. They're proud of what they're serving. You're not just getting a quick, cheap meal. You're getting a plate of food that someone poured their heart and soul into. That's something you can taste. Indian butter chicken, Belgian waffles, Middle Eastern shawarma, Ukrainian pierogies. It reflects the multicultural fabric of the city itself. It's a rolling buffet that brings global flavors to the streets. For a city of its size, the breadth of options is impressive. It makes wandering around at lunchtime an adventure. You never know what delicious discovery is waiting for you around the next corner. Okay, let's get real for a minute. Let's talk about the money. Vancouver is a beautiful city, but paradise ain't cheap. This is one of the most expensive places to live in North America. The rent is high, the cost of groceries is high, and guess what? That trickles down to the street food. If you're coming here expecting a full meal for $2 or $3, like in some parts of Mexico, or even some pockets of LA, you might be in for a little sticker shock. Street food here is definitely cheaper than a sit-down restaurant. No doubt about that. You can get a killer lunch for 12 to 17 Canadian dollars. That could be a hefty Japadog, a solid taco platter, a big bowl of noodles. The quality is usually there. You're getting good value for what you pay. Restaurant quality food for a fraction of the price. But it's not dirt cheap. It's fair, affordable, not cheap. There's a difference. Compared to other big cities, it's a mixed bag. A hot dog and a soda in New York can run you a pretty penny. A gourmet food truck in Los Angeles can be pricey too. Those cities still have an underbelly of super cheap eats. The 99-cent pizza slice, the $2 taco stand. Vancouver doesn't have as much of that. Baseline prices for good street food are a bit higher here, so that's a reality check. The hype promises accessible, everyday food, and it delivers, but the price point reflects the city's economics. You have to budget for it. You're not feasting like a king for a week on $50, but you can eat incredibly delicious food, high-quality food, creative food without booking a fancy table. It's a trade-off. You're paying for quality and freshness in a city where everything costs a little more. Every city has its rules, and Vancouver is no exception. They like things orderly here. The city has a system of permits and regulations for food trucks and carts. On one hand, this is a good thing. It means vendors are held to a high standard for health and safety. You can eat with confidence, the city is keeping an eye on things. You're less likely to run into a shady operator. Quality control stays tight, a big plus. But on the other hand, all that red tape can be a double-edged sword. It can be tough and expensive for a small independent chef to get a permit and to find a legal spot to park. That limits how many vendors you see. It stifles some of the wild, chaotic energy found in looser cities. You don't see as many spontaneous pop-ups or rogue vendors. It's a more controlled, curated scene, which means less variety and less competition compared to Portland or Austin. Then there's the biggest wild card, the weather. They don't call it Vancouver for nothing. The city's famous for mild but very wet winters. From October to April, expect gray skies and drizzle. And honestly, nobody loves standing in a downpour to eat a taco. Many trucks and carts operate seasonally. They come out in force when the sun shines in summer, but they're harder to find during the long, damp off-season. This is a reality check. The glorious street food photos usually happen between May and September. During those months, the city is alive. Parks and beaches are filled with people and food. Visit in November and your options shrink. It's not like Los Angeles, where the sun shines year-round, or New York, where people will line up for a hot dog in a blizzard. The weather is a big factor. It makes the scene amazing, but seasonal. Alright, it's time for the main event, the title fight. How does Vancouver really stack up against the other North American heavyweights? Let's put them head to head. First up, New York City. The Big Apple is the OG of street food. The sheer volume is staggering. You can't walk a block in Manhattan without smelling roasted nuts. Hot dogs, halal chicken and rice. NYC wins on pure, raw energy. 24/7 availability. But Vancouver fires back with superior freshness, especially seafood. It's cleaner, and the fusion cooking is more refined. Next in the ring, Los Angeles. LA is the undisputed king of tacos. The Mexican food scene there is on another level. The number of trucks is massive. The regional variety is mind-blowing. LA also has the year-round sunshine advantage, but Vancouver holds its own with world-class Asian street food, japa dogs, ramen, night market scenes. Vancouver also takes the crown for anything that comes out of the ocean. Let's look north at Toronto. Toronto is one of the most multicultural cities on the planet. Its street food reflects that. Caribbean, Middle Eastern, South Asian. It's a true melting pot. But Vancouver's scene feels more focused. It has a strong Pacific Rim, ocean-to-table identity. It feels unique to its location, while Toronto feels like the world's best hits. And finally, Montreal. Montreal has character. Iconic dishes, poutine, smoked meat, Montreal-style bagels. You can't get those the same way anywhere else. Their food truck scene is vibrant with a European flair. It's a tough contender. But Vancouver's strength is fusion creativity and access to pristine seafood. Each city has signature moves. No one city delivers a total knockout. It's a split decision. Depends what you want. Vancouver wins on freshness and fusion. So, let's circle back to that hype. The internet is full of articles and videos calling Vancouver the best. The pictures are always perfect. Side-by-side comparison, sunny days, happy people food that looks like a work of art. The hype is powerful. It creates an expectation. It makes you think every single food cart is going to change your life. It sells a dream of a perfect culinary city. And look, a lot of that hype is earned. The high points in Vancouver's street food scene are incredibly high. But the reality on the ground is always more complicated. The real deal is that not every vendor is a superstar. For every mind-blowing food truck, there's another one that's just okay. The real deal is that the most famous places, like Japa Dog, can have long lines full of tourists. The real deal is that you might have to hunt for the true hidden gems, the spots that aren't all over Instagram. You have to talk to locals. You have to wander down a side street. You have to do a little work. The hype often glosses over the practical stuff. It doesn't tell you that your favorite truck might not be open because it's raining. It doesn't mention that the Richmond night market can be incredibly crowded and a bit overwhelming. The hype shows you the perfect bite, but it doesn't show you searching for a place to sit or trying to eat a messy sandwich without wearing it. It's important to go in with your eyes open. Appreciate the hype for what it is, a sign that something special is happening, but be prepared for reality. The real deal is that Vancouver street food is excellent, but it's not flawless. Its strengths are its fresh seafood and its brilliant Asian fusion. Its weaknesses are its higher price point and its dependence on good weather. The hype wants to give you a simple yes or no answer, but the real answer is more nuanced. The reality is that this city offers a top-tier street food experience, but you have to understand its context. It's a high-quality, curated scene in an expensive city, beautiful city, and often rainy city. So, after all is said and done, what's the final verdict? Is Vancouver street food the best in North America? Here's the straight-up, no-nonsense answer. It depends. I know. That's not the simple answer you wanted, but it's the honest one. Vancouver is, without a doubt, in the championship ring. It's an elite, top-tier street food city, a serious contender for the crown. But is it the undisputed, one and only champion? No. Here's when Vancouver wins. If your priority is fresh, high-quality seafood, Vancouver is the champ. If you want creative, mind-bending Asian fusion, Vancouver takes the belt. If you value a clean, safe, well-regulated scene, Vancouver is your winner. On a sunny summer day, with trucks out and the city buzzing, the experience is pretty much unbeatable. It's a world-class culinary destination. But here's when other cities might get the win. If you want the biggest variety and sheer number of options, New York or LA might have the edge. If you need the absolute cheapest eats, other places win. If you want a guaranteed street food fix in rainy February, you might be disappointed. Each city has strengths. LA owns tacos, Montreal owns poutine, New York owns that gritty 24/7 hustle. My final call, Vancouver is a must-visit for any serious food lover. It's carved out a unique and powerful street food identity. It's not trying to be New York or LA, it's doing its own thing, and doing it incredibly well. Don't just believe the hype. Don't just listen to me. Go see for yourself. Go taste the freshness. Try the crazy hot dog. Wander the night market. Then decide if it's the champion. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be one delicious journey.